All right, so this might come off as cringy or weird to a lot of you guys, but you know, this is my channel and I get to talk about what I want, so yeah. Damn, that's good. All right, I want to talk about anime because, you know, I made a couple clips on my TikTok talking about how anime can be so inspirational sometimes and just extremely motivating, especially when it comes to like shonens and whatnot. You know, just the idea of a story where the main character is just completely relentless to wanting to accomplish their goals and to just achieve as much as they possibly can. And there are some animes that have been so inspiring also in the fact in how they have changed their character over the course of the show, just their overall character arc. So I want to glaze some animes here and talk about how it's kind of impacted me, right? So first off, Vinland Saga, right? This anime has changed me. I don't really know how, but I just know it has, because the way that they changed the story while transitioning seasons is absolutely insane. It's unlike anything else I've ever seen, right? Okay, so I'm not the biggest anime watcher. I've only seen a few. I've seen a lot of like the mainstreamed ones. I'm not too deep into it. If you guys have any recommendations, let me know. But yeah, Vinland Saga. Season 1, it's all about action. It's all about this kid named Thorfinn who gets taken from his family while his father gets killed by Vikings. And his father was a previous warrior within the Vikings, within this specific tribe. I'm not going to get too specific on the story. It's been a while since I've seen it, so I might butcher it here and there, but I still want to get the main idea across. But Thorfinn, the son, he jumps on one of the ships of this tribe of Vikings that kills his father. He watches his father die, right? And so now he is on this complete rampage to kill the man who killed his father, the leader of this tribe, right? And, you know, the Vikings' motto, it's all about war, it's all about blood and death, killing as many people as possible. These people find purpose in killing people and becoming stronger and being better than their opponent. And that is just the way of the warrior. I think that's how they explain it, right? And so all of season 1 is Thorfinn trying to kill this guy, the leader of this tribe. He's just full of rage. And by the way, he's like 10 years old or like 6 years, something like that. He's extremely young, and he spends years with these Vikings training up, learning how to fight, trying to one day kill this guy to get revenge for his father, right? And he is unable to do this. By the end of season 1, he realizes he is unable to kill this person. I don't remember if the leader of this tribe dies at the end of season 1. I believe he does. So Thorfinn is unable to kill him. And here's where the crazy transition comes. This is the end of season 1. He's unable to kill him. That's the gist of it. Season 2, Thorfinn becomes enslaved. He starts working at this farm. He has to chop down trees and start building crops, whatnot. And from this, he is trying to battle his mental struggles of not being able to accomplish what he worked for so many years to try and kill this person. Eventually, he realizes that he needs to move on and not hold this rage in his heart against all these people and just hate everyone, wanting to kill everyone, being this like trying to be this like lonely character, like, yeah, I can handle everything by myself and I don't need anybody and whatnot. And just the way that his character arc, like that is the only thing they focus on in season 2, is his character arc and how he changes over time. He is able to completely change who he is as a person, like a complete 180. He goes from a warrior who just wants to kill everybody, like I said, into a person of peace and who's trying to spread peace and this idea of not trying to wage war on everyone. Because that's all Vikings wanted to do, is just kill, 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 kill. That's the only thing that gives them purpose in their eyes, so that they can own as much land as possible and be rich and whatnot. And he was able to move on from that life. And just the way they told the story. And if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. I don't know how else to describe it. But there's just certain parts of an anime that is able to depict the story and influence you in a way that is just so inspirational. And yeah, it's changed me in so many ways. Like, it just really proves like you can really change who you are. You don't have to be the same person. You know, if you're one who, I don't know, I'm not trying to preach about people, but it was just a very influential anime. Another anime I want to mention, Black Clover, right? Many parts of this anime are extremely cheesy. It's also very long, but very, very cheesy at some points. You know, the main character, Asta, he's really loud. He's always yelling. He's always talking about how, you know, he's going to be the Wizard King. And this is built in a world of mages, which kind of serve as like the military. Within this world, they're able to protect the people, the citizens, from danger. And 99% of people in this world are born with magic. They are inherently born with magic and are able to build their skills as a mage and are able to pass a certain test to become part of this military. I kind of forgot the name of it, but to be able to join the military as a mage, and there's like there's a hierarchy, there's a rank structure, there's everything. And Asta was not born with a lick of magical power. He has 0, right? And just this concept, like, it's a basic shonen, right? But for some reason, it has influenced me differently than anything I've ever watched. Because this kid doesn't give a fuck about what anyone tells him, tries to tell him what he is capable of achieving. He does not give a fuck. He will do whatever it takes to become the Wizard King and change the world from being so blatantly corrupt and messed up, full of crime and whatnot. And it's absolutely insane. And so the primary motto with this show is, when you are getting beat down and you feel like you have nothing, that is the time where growth happens the most. When you feel like you have no energy left to keep pushing, that is the time when you surpass your limits. That is what they say, like, in every fight. Like, I'm going to push past my limits. I'm going to surpass my limits. I'm going to push farther than I ever have. I'm going to do better. And the way they depict this in this show, like, you know, without including the fact that it's a shonen and that including the sense of realism within the show, there's definitely lessons to be learned from this show when it comes to your morals and always doing good no matter what. Not giving a fuck about what people think of you or what they tell you. And putting in the work no matter what. Your goals should be the only thing that matter. What you want to achieve in this life should be the only thing that matter to you, right? And, checking all the boxes as to what you want to do before you die in this life. This is the only life you get, right? So in that way, it has really affected me. And, it sounds very cheesy. I'm sure you guys will watch this, like, yeah, this is cringy as fuck. But I don't care, right? I think that there's a lot that can be learned from anime, despite how it can be very cheesy sometimes. Just within Japanese culture, they're always trying to, imbue some sense of, morals within their shows, and you'll see themes of this. And, it's very inspiring. It's very inspiring. And I think that's what really keeps me hooked to anime, is what is driving these characters to do what they need to do to go beyond the limits of the world and the boundaries that this world is trying to set for them, to push them back, right? These are two animes I want to mention. They just really resonated with me. And a lot of times with this, you can apply like what these animes teach you in real life. It's actually crazy. Like, there are applicable changes that you can make about yourself in your current life, how you're conducting yourself from certain animes. It's actually insane. I kind of just wanted to highlight that because I've never really talked to anyone about this really, but I don't really know how many people see anime in this light and like a lot of the themes that they're trying to portray beyond just like getting through the story and going from one main point to the next and getting past the next objective, whatever. Explaining like the theme of the characters, the character arcs, how certain events are changing them for the better, how like for better or for worse, right? In terms of Black Clover, like it's just crazy, like how much of the odds are against Asta in that world. He has nothing. He has absolutely nothing. He is literally the definition of building up from ground zero, because he was able to develop some form of magical ability through just sheer will and a little bit of luck, but that's just leave that portion out, right? I just want to explain how animes have affected me, and how it's kind of changed me for the better and definitely opened my eyes to how I should be conducting my life. There's definitely so many lessons that can be taken from anime and applied to real life, how to approach life in some ways. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts on this. That's all for now.